Hey guys, this is Vril continuing our Crusader Kings 2 after the end playthrough, so I'm going to go ahead and create some duchies here. I'll create the Duchy of Badgerland. Cost me 163 gold and give me 200 prestige. I'll make that my primary title. So I'll now be Jarl Marcus of Badgerland, and I'll nominate my sister as a successor, my younger sister, not the imbecile one. So in the previous episode we were talking about declaring war on the Duchy of Indianapolis, but we cannot do that because we have a truce for the next 2 years, and the other thing is I will be turning 16 and on June 1st of next year, so that will mean that the regency here will end. I'll take full control. So I'm just going to accelerate time to get to this kind of point. And I'm sure we'll have some events along the way till we get there. And when I get turn 16, I will be marrying Frida, who I found in the last episode that has decent stats. Brave, honest, patient, and kind. She is a glutton, though. She's an indulgent wastrel. And while we do that, we'll get our war declared on us from Duke Bentley. So let's have a look and I'm going to raise my vassal armies, and I do think I'm going to get some help from, slow down time now that we're in a war, from other leaders, other Norse leaders, should be able to be helped. So my regency for Jarl Marcus has ended, and I have become an amateurish plotter. So let's go ahead and get married to Frida. And I will tick time over so that we actually do get married. So yes, we are now married. I'll set my ambition to having a son. I'll set that to becoming King of Chicagoland after that. So my marshal is 7. I'm going to pick the war focus because so far in this mod, my generals leading armies have not been all that great, and 10 is actually a decent number for them, so I'll lead the armies myself. Probably with Otto or somebody like that. Yep, Otto not letting me, this is probably because their crown authority is too low, so it's not letting me pick anything else. We'll go ahead and change. I was having a look here, and apparently the Norse, I can't adopt feudalism even if I wanted to because I am an unreformed pagan, so like in normal Crusader Kings, we need to reform the religion by having the 3 holy sites and moral authority above 50 and 750 prestige, and one of us has to control all of the sites, so that's the trick here. We're gonna have to do some warring amongst ourselves most likely. So I'm going to, rather than wasting these guys, I'm going to just go ahead and purchase some mercenaries to help us deal with this war. I thought I'd get some help from other Norse rulers. Well, there they come right now. But apparently they didn't want to come help yet, until I spent that extra money. But that's okay, we've actually done pretty well for ourselves money-wise. Duke finally inherited a site from somebody that died, it looked like. Okay, so we were okay, and then that extra army arrived to siege, and they're up to 3,000 now. I think we're going to get some help from, here we go. Not sure why they're not following me exactly though, and why it's not increasing my number. So, pleased to report your errant subject Pullman Rockton converted to the Norse faith, which reminds me that I should move my... It's not my chaplain, but my ambassador, sorry, chancellor, to... I'll do North Falls, because everybody in my own realm has pretty good opinion of me. So I'm not sure why my ally isn't following me here, but I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, he'll follow me if we head to this battle here. Of course, he'll arrive first and get killed quite a bit. And yeah, we were decent there. Looks like they had already sieged a couple areas, so let's quickly siege that before we... So if my opinion ruled, the world would be a more chaotic but fun place. So I don't want to do that. I want to be just. Justice should always prevail. Treating people fairly and providing justice is my duty. I have gained the just trait. So yeah, that's decent, I suppose. Gave me 2 stewardship. So we won the Siege of Joliet. Now we're sieging the Temple of Chicago. And then we'll go after this 1,000 stack once we're done with that. And that was easy enough. And we'll follow them until they're all gone. And I think we're going to have to siege some. So you realize that to become a great fighter you would need to get in better shape, so let's go running. And after swinging your sword, you're starting to learn the ins and outs of every strike that is possible against your foes. So I gained martial and personal combat skill, gained the warrior until the end of the game. It'd be nice if my ally came and joined me here, but apparently he has his own ideas about staying in Chicago. Alright, so Siege of Purdue was successful. Now we're sieging the city of Lafayette. Looks like they're trying to attack on their own, and the ally was successfully repelled them. Who was that from Copperland? Sigmund from Copperland. Okay, we're up to 100%. Should be a pretty good gain. He'll pay me 224 and gain 63 prestige and 126 piety. So we won the war. Let's go ahead and put these armies away. So yeah, I think we would now be able to declare war right back. So if we declare war, nearby Atomicist rulers might ask to join Bentley of Indianapolis in defense of their faith, but there are no Atomicists really around other than over here in the way in the west here in like probably New Mexico, a little bit of Nevada. Alright, so we're just going to declare war, holy war for Wabash, and I will raise that tribal army and raise everything else we have. For some reason we do have the army of physicists Rostwin was walking around in our territory. Let's, before we do any of this, let's everybody, alright, so my wife is pregnant, that's good, hopefully it's a son. It's gonna have everybody stack up here on the 4 lakes and we'll take care of this little army here. It's not like he's able to siege anyway, but should help. Completely destroyed them. So, looks like my marshal needs to be changed. And I'll set auto to be my marshal. Have him work on the troop count. So let me set this back to the independent realms. And we'll go down to Tippecanoe. Mulkeric is successful with his raiding up here. So yeah, we just sieged these a couple within the last year or two, so we should be able to siege these pretty quickly. Army of Station Master Reynault. Alright, so we have son was born, and and a daughter. Alright, that works. So I've fulfilled my ambition to have a son, and we will then pick the become a king of Chicagoland ambition. And let's see. Oh yes, I was going to set my one-day-old son to be my nomination for heir. So I guess apparently this this area has consumption, which is tuberculosis. So let's go after this stack of 500. So we do that. Okay, they ran away, so we'll just go ahead and siege Terre Haute, the barony of Greencastle. They're heading right back up to Tippecanoe, so we'll head there and we'll chase them all around, apparently. Actually, here we go. So, you experience in matters of war increased, and there are many things to do differently. So I'm thinking flat terrain would be good. I mean, we are in the plains here for the most part. Pretty flat land, so do that or pick the Lightfoot leader. Lightfoot troops. So yeah, this is all plains, farmland, and steppe, I would think, so I think that'd be good to have. So we'll continue to siege. Apparently the majority of population in Rockford have changed to Norse faith. So let's go ahead and move our chaplain to Chicago for converting the province. So physicist Rostwin of Winchester died under suspicious circumstances, so it's probably Duke Lecker's probably killing his own vassals here. So again, the county capital of Terre Haute has sieging them. They are getting a decent stack. So again, I'm gonna go after these guys, and they're gonna run away. Probably, yeah, just keep running away. So up to 67 on the war score. Is there any place that has a smaller amount of people to siege, I wonder? Let's try. Kokomo only has 640. Kokomo's county capital. Guess we can spawn more tribal troops if we wanted, but don't need them. So a large group of common folks in Vingarder are worshipping within a rune emblazoned with the trefoil icon of the atomicist faith. Some claim that anyone who receives the blessing of the atom will be able to wield great power, so I can investigate the heresy personally, or send my court chaplain. I think I'll send the court chaplain to take care of that. Marcus has returned from the atomicist revival in Vingarder, having resisted the seductive powers of the atom. Unfortunately, the atomicist agitation will take some time to die down. We did what we could. So I was thinking it might be a good idea to try to convert, but we're in the middle of an area that is totally not the atomicists, so it's probably would be a bad idea to do that. We've got a little bit here, you know, in Chicago and this area, but I think this game would get real short if we did that. If we were over here, then maybe we could. So, alright, so Crusader Queens, Ursuline pilgrims of the Holy Land will suffer all manner of abuse, and the routes are not safe. In order to protect the pilgrims and secure the holy sites for Christ and the faithful, Her Holiness Abbess General Hilaria has accepted the possibility of an outright invasion by joint Christian forces, the signal of a new era of large-scale Ursuline holy wars, the Crusades. Foolish posturing. Of course, we'll see how foolish that is if they happen to declare war on us. Just thinking we need to finish up this war as quick as possible in the meantime. So history is a subject that has always fascinated me, and you have spent the last few weeks studying the campaigns of Alexander the Great, so I'm studying the Alexander the Great. Maybe that'll be successful. Okay, so apparently Duke Lecker's got some help from the Grand Division of East Tennessee and the tribe of Snowbirds, who are also atomicists. This might be... Okay, my wife just got pregnant again. This might not be very good. Yeah. So they just took my stack out. We're probably going to need to run back to Chicago and get some other tribal armies. That's what we're gonna have to do here. We might need to get some mercenaries as well. So that would only be 1,000. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll go ahead and raise that tribal army. Just completely blew up my prestige number there. So we have a new Lord Proprietor of Superior. Alright, so we have a... oh, that's the mercenary. That's a pretty awesome general, though. 29. Who's he from? He's a Tonkawa scout. So a daughter was born. So let's wait till our morale is up to 100%. Alright, Grand Duchess Tulip of Little Egypt has usurped the county of Effingham. Alright, so waiting for 100%. There it is. Let's hope that we've got myself and another Tonkawa scout leading these armies. Let's see. Is there a hurricane in someplace? Alright, so we just captured Duke Bentley. Is now my prisoner. And we win 100% war score. Some of the Badgerland or Holy War of Wabash. We will enforce our demands. So the Badgerlander Holy War for Wabash has ended. Jarl Marcus of Badgerland has won. So the next step is distributing these new holdings to our vassals. So it looks like we're out of time for this episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next.